Gold continue to see a bit of a sell-off now, 44.80. Take a look at copper here. D pretty muted. Has copper been following the big run in gold and silver and platinum, for that matter?
Not as big. Not
Okay.
as big. So copper is not at the all-time highs. So if I go to the weekly chart, you will see that we're still stuck in this huge sell-off.
Mhm.
It took the better part of the summer and then Q4 to even make a dent in it.
Mhm.
Now we're sort of going through it, but really, if we get to the supply line at 575.45, that will be like the end of this move. So we still have some ways to go, but it's been quieter than normal. So, you know,
Still want
it's
to
a
know
different
what got
picture.
into silver. What was the catalyst for this major run to all-time highs in silver? It started about 6-7 weeks ago. Was it fundamental?
Yeah,
Well, both. It was
I
a
think it
huge
was a mix of
breakout.
things.
Yeah, I mean, it
Hmm
was a huge breakout of a long term.
Range was it just stuck forever?
Yeah.
Look at that. Now it's the new shiny toy.
You want
No
to talk
pun
about a few of
intended.
the numbers real
Yeah,
quick?
let's do it. Which ones? We got
Ooh,
GDP, we had
okay.
durable. Which ones we
No,
got?
the two big ones. We got GDP and PC.
PC.
PC once again just goes, I believe, through September. It came in on the screws at 2.9, but that's still showing it's sticky. GDP is more interesting because I think that there's two, and they're opposite views, but wrong ways to look at it. Which are when we had that negative print, that minus zero point 0.6 in Q1. I
Remember
think
that.
that there are two ways to look at that wrong. If you said at the time, oh my God, GDP is negative, the economy's dead, we're not growing, we're in recession, that was wrong. But another wrong way to look at it was to say, which a lot of people did, let's ignore it. This is because the import export distortion from the tariffs. Fine.
Yep.
But then if you take that and say ignore that, you can't turn
Mm,
around and be now like, oh my God, we're up 4.3%. The economy is booming. Everything's
mm.
compounding. There's a huge distortion in this based on goods goods imports were up 50% in that negative quarter. They've come down since then. I think a full percent of this was from the import export. If you average the three last quarters together, you get 2.5%, and that's I think where we are. We're like 2.5%, maybe a little higher in GDP.
Good stuff,
Naturally,
man.
though, with the hot print, the bond yields are up. It's going to be, if you think we're growing at that, it's going to be tough to cut interest rates. So I don't know what stocks are going to react like to this.
Too high. Well, right now we're holding bid. Right around the highs in the ES, trading 69.35. Point.
Yep.
Off the highs there, a little pullback in the NASDAQ. Still holding above
Yeah.
25,700. You're still long there, Dakota.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of where we were at yesterday, right? This 25,700 plus or minus a little bit, and so far that seems like it's just the point of chill, right? We're kind of just happy around this level, pulling back, testing below it, hanging around 25,700. Curious to see if we could break this market structure in either direction today. It might take a lot more than what we expect because we tested overnight highs. We filled that gap, and now we're seems like the market's starting to be comfortable trading around this level.
Indeed. Micro Bitcoin did dip beneath 87,000 earlier overnight to 86,985. Let's take a look at crude. Crude was in a highest range I've seen in a long time yesterday. Same story today. Yeah, 50-cent range. Um, D, what happened to crude oil? Crude's in crude's trading $57.94. Yeah, about a 50-cent range.
That's what I want to know as well.
What
Right?
happened?
What
How'd
the
they pull
hell
this off?
happened with crude
How'd they pull
oil?
this? How'd they pull this off? It's
Yeah.
been sitting there under 60. Job well done. New highs ES 69.38. Can we get there? We got to take away from it.
Yeah, we're about
69.36. There, 38.
0.5% off all time highs in the spot market right now. in the
Ooh.
S&P 500.
Can we hit all-time highs before the new year?
Which market, Dakota?
Well, yeah, it's just a half
Well,
percent, of course.
Yeah,
yeah,
we push it.
good
Got
question, Andre. Good question.
all-time
We
highs.
were hitting them
Yes.
in gold and silver all
Yeah.
last night with Coach Jay.
Uh-huh.
I would say the Nasdaq or the S&P. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, I don't have
maybe
that for
Santa Claus rally.
we got to see 26,000s. If we see 26,000s in NQ, maybe we can start talking about Santa Claus rally. About 300 points to go. But right now, the range got a number at the top of the hour, consumer confidence. See if that. I guess the market's moving. Looking at gold. Gold continue to retreat off those all-time highs. Now trading 44.79 for a second there. Another push here. We got a number at the top of the hour. Crude selling off now,
Right.
$57.83. You'd be so kind. We got
Why is
3,500
that?
people watching us all across the globe the day before the holiday trade really gets going. Please click
Yeah.
subscribe. It just crossed 196,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. Please click subscribe, click like, and click notify the bell upper right-hand corner. Got D in the house. We got Dakota, Jack. Jack's fired up with the numbers, man. Nothing gets
I
Jack more
am,
fired up
man.
than economic
Those,
releases.
those GDP numbers, man, get you going.
Mm.
I'm not, but I
They're
forgot
always
about the
interesting. The way
Q1.
we calculate these things are interesting.
I forgot about the Q1, the negative. I forgot about that. What a year.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a huge portion. So basically, the components of this the biggest contribution to this number today was
Mhm.
consumer spending was strong. I
Always.
think it added, yeah, but
Always.
especially this time, incomes were the same though. So the question is that drawing down savings? There was investment was down very slightly. That's mostly from the drawdown in inventories. And that's part of what we talked about with the import export shenanigans going on.
Love
We're
it.
growing
C,
somewhere between 2.5 and 3%.
C
Get
plus I
this
plus
get this
G.
4 plus out of the house.
Wow. Jack says, I don't think so. Jack says, not so fast.
Well, no, I mean
Right,
it's
Nasdaq.
I
true,
get it
but
is, but
if
the
you
way,
accept that we're going 4, you have to say, okay, we were negative that first quarter, right? It's
Okay,
just
this
this
is not working out.
shifting of imports went way up versus exports. Now they
Mhm.
have come back to normal. So you got to accept both of them.
Mhm.
Got to take the
Like that.
sweet with the sour.
Mm.
Session highs, Nasdaq. We're
Yep.
pushing here. We
Yes,
held the
every
700s. We are breaking through overnight highs. We just tapped into it.
we are.
Yesterday high. We got up to 790s, 794, 795 area. Curious if we could get up there.
It looks
Nasdaq's
like
just
we're
looking strong.
It is ES as well. Dow has some catching up to do, trading 48,649, about 100, call it 80 points off the overnight highs. So there's some room to go there. A number in about 15 minutes. Go to long. Goes long coming into the opening bell.
Yep. See if we could break through.
What'd you see there? 623s before the bell rang. You saw we were just
Yeah, so
topping
we came
around.
down, we filled this gap
Yep.
basically, and we kind of held pre-market quite a bit on the 5-minute chart. Not just once, but twice. And I got in as we started to rally pre-market, looking like we could just push right back up to yesterday's range,
Mhm.
and sure enough, we did. We instantly, right? We opened up, and the first 5 minutes of this session, that's a 100-point candle to start
Oh,
this session off.
that's all we're gonna
And
get.
Hogue would say the opening range is at the dead ass low.
That is
We
low. Get long.
we're going
Bullish.
we're going up. Let's see if we could just have
I
a
mean, if we can't hold above the overnight high, though, this could also be a sign of a range bound market because huge IB this early on could be trouble. But overnight highs should be the guide here. Let's see what they do.
yep, we gotta have a clean breakout. But we are sitting
Yeah.
right at the overnight high.
They're holding bid.
Mm-hmm.
Holding bid here. ES staying strong. Dow again has some work to do. Buyers did step in over there in gold. About $6 off the recent lows just putting. Again, these we're talking 44.77. And we print 45.29. All-time highs in gold. Wow, scratch that 45.30. New highs here, new session highs in the ES. 69.41. Now Prince. New session highs in the NASDAQ.
Someone's
25.27.
asking
Yeah.
what my thoughts are on fib retracements. I don't really use them. I don't know. I use some other references. But if they work for you, keep using them, right? I personally don't have much of an opinion. Maybe 50% is a good, retracement, but I like to have confluences around that 50% rather than, oh, it's a fib retracement. It's like, well, what else is there? That's kind of how I look at it. But, for example, if you have a 50% retracement and you're hitting former Asia high or a core wall or something and not bleeding below it, yeah, that's a good confluence. But I still like to see prices reacting first. So I don't go by, oh, we've hit a level. Let's go into a trade. I want to see what the market makers are going to do at the level.
What are the confluences you're looking for, D? 1, 2, 3.
Gamma
fib
exposure, Asia high low, volume profile, market profile, TPOs.
Damn.
ADR high, ADR low. It's always the same with me. I always feel like a parrot. It's like, D, what do you use? And it's always the same things. Of course, I have a confluence with the time of day, but yeah. So I will forever be repeating exactly the same levels. Yeah.
D, it sounds like you're trading with a plan. It sounds like you're trading with a plan to me. And that coincides with the tip of the week here on Top Step TV, which is trade with a plan, Deanna style. There you go. Define entry, stop, target up front. Follow your strategy consistently. Those are the confluences D's talking about right there. Avoid impulsive trades without reason. Do your plan performance regularly. D, you ever impulse trade? Do you ever impulse trade?
We've all done it.
Absolutely.
We've all done it,
Absolutely.
It depends on, what is going on in your life as well. Some people are going through stuff. Maybe they're worried. Maybe they had a row with their spouse or something. All of that can put you on a slight tilt. But this is where staying aware of your own inner dialogue can really help. And then if you feel impulsive, some of us have learned to not shuffle that into our P&L, but instead you learn to step away and then go lift some heavy shit or,
that's
take
the
a
tip
walk.
of the week right there. That is the tip of the week right there. Some heavy shit.
Boxing,
Absolutely.
like Dakota does, smash some things, just don't smash your computers.
So go punch, get punched in the face.
Yeah, exactly. That'll do it, right?
Yeah. I was having a conversation last night with a friend, and it was just like, how do you tell someone who's never boxed before that getting punched in the face does not hurt? It doesn't hurt like people would think.
I think you got to experience that one.
It's so
you
good.
You got to believe. You got to feel it to believe it.
Gotta feel it.
Looks like it hurts. Looks like it hurts. Jake Paul's face looks like it hurts.
Well, that's a different story. That's a different story.
No one your jaw broken.
His mouth is
probably hurt afterwards.
His mouth is crooked.
Did you see the CME is offering spot quoted futures? What are your thoughts? I'll have to read deeper into the specs and so forth. I would think that for a day trader, I mean, obviously, what they're trying to do is probably compete with the perpetual futures that, like, where I'm watching our whale, for instance. Let me take a look right now with Bitcoin down a tad. Our guy's, he's back down to 50 million, but like, it's okay.
Everything is fine.
I think the biggest thing to be seen if they are offering something like that would be what the volume and liquidity is. As a day trader, it probably wouldn't make that big a difference, I'd have to say, but it's all going to depend on like how liquid it is. I see it probably more as a place speculators play. Although, if it's anything like the crypto perpetual futures, you could see like maybe basis trades put on there because my guess is that there's more of a premium over the time of as it goes on than compared to just selling like further out futures or something. I don't know. I'll have to read into it, but it'll all depend on how liquid the market is.
Absolutely. They've been talking about this forever. Finally, sounds like it might be happening, Jack. Finally.
All right, we got continue to hold up here.
It is ES also.
We had a pullback and it just got bought right back up. Chat, yes, I would rather get punched in the face when boxing than jamming my toe on the couch. Jamming my toe hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, that's no fun.
That does hurt.
No.
Yeah. Some slippers, maybe, would be in order.
Stepping on a Lego. Yep, stepping on.
Stepping on like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
that shit hurts.
Uh-huh.
I don't have that problem, but I do have a problem with stepping on dog toys that are just
Same.
randomly. Like,
Every time
you
I
know,
do, they find the garbage.
Yeah.
D. That's my policy. If I step on,
in the
No.
old house, we used to have stairs because this is a single story house here, and it's great. But back in the day, they used to leave toys on the stairs. And one of those occasions, I was actually about to do a stream, and there was a lot of stuff happening. We were redoing a roof, and there was a lot of people in the house. I'm trying to do a stream, and so I tried going down down the stairs, and I stepped on the toy, and I fell down the stairs. So since then, I'm like, you know what? Your toys all go into this box, and it's non-negotiable. And every time I see one in the way, they just disappear into the
Yes.
box, and they're like, "But where's my toy?" And I'm like, "You know where it is."
Don't worry, a new
I
one will
feel
show
ya.
up. Don't worry, a
Wait
new
till,
one will
you
show
know,
up. Yeah.
I got little kids, and my house right now is like the house from Home Alone. Like you can just, I feel like Harry and Marv, just walking through there waiting to
What-
slip
what-
on a friggin' micro machine.
What bandits?
What bandits?
What bandits?
Wilmette, Illinois. Shout out.
That's right.
That's a whole different challenge there, Jack.
Oh yeah.
All right. Seems like the market's.
You can't hit
waiting.
the kids with a rolled up newspaper either. It doesn't work. They don't like that.
Hey, you can't do that with dogs in the UK either. So, otherwise, somebody sees you do that, animal welfare will come and pay you a visit. They're pretty strong on animal rights here.
All right, we got about 5 minutes till the number. Consumer confidence coming out of the top of the hour. Equities holding bid. NQ about pullbacks off here in the NQ 25,705. Call it 45 points off the highs. ES holding much stronger, only about 5-6 points off the highs there. Gold trying to turn around again. We made all-time highs. Session highs about an hour and a half ago. Saw a sell off about 40, $50. Back to now the buyers are trying to give it a shot, but no success just yet.
We got
Yeah,
that smoke in the 10-year right now.
too?
Yeah, we're above a little bit above
really?
4.2. If we go to my screen real quick, I can show you.
ZN.
I mean, the ZN, pretty good. This is a 4-hour chart, but you can see this is a pretty good Shrek candle right here.
That was just
tapping
now?
on the highs. Yeah. Tapping
Ooh.
on the highs from December 10th. We reached up here. But once
What's
again,
the
I
yield?
always go back with this rate cutting cycle. Here's the rate when Powell announced the first cut. We've had two since then. The 10-year yield is 15 basis points higher than it was. If we break out of here, you can see like interesting zone here to if you're playing the breakout here, you would sell the ZN. You'd buy it if you were looking for it to return back. But you can see that we have some pretty good resistance here going back September. Interesting level. If this inches higher, it's going to be tougher to cut.
Interesting.
Yeah, I see that Fed Fund tool is getting lower. It was at 20%, then 17. I think it's at 13% now for January.
For a cut.
I mean, as well it
Yeah.
should with a 4% GDP and 2.9% PCE. One would
hot.
think. Well, hot.
A little hot indeed. Who can I get a Mag 7 report from? Jack Dakota, take it away. How about
Exactly.
Mr. God? Thank you.
Mr. Pelzer, we are pretty up across the board. Tesla's down a smidge, as is Broadcom. Besides that, the biggest gainer is Amazon, up 1.1%, Google up 1%. Everything else is just up a little bit. Bitcoin, Bitcoin's below 87,000, 86,600 in the spot market.
I'm gonna turn this whole thing around.
Our guy, he's down $57 million now.
It was just 50. It was just 50.
was
He's
20
diamond
yesterday.
hands.
It was 85 the day
Diamond
before.
hands. Do you think he'll close it for a profit? Do you think he's going to hold it for what, liquidation, or closing it for a profit?
I think he loses.
You
This
think he
trade
loses?
reeks of hubris. I haven't seen this person before take that sort of drawdown and be that they've been in this position for like over a week.
This is the longest they've been in a position, right? Like failure to take a loss, like not wanting to cut the loser.
Yeah, and once again, we were talking about perpetual futures. I believe, aren't they like leaking? They're probably leaking money on this position, and not an insignificant amount every 8 hours.
Mm.
Every 8 hours. Incredible. Sounds like they're not trading with a plan. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, I mean, that's what it
Or
sounds
Is
like.
this an impulse trade?
This is an
maybe they were
impulse.
trading out. They were trading out a plan that was supposed to happen, and then their guy didn't come through. I don't know who that guy would be, but
Sounds like do take a look at silver. Silver, it can do all time $70, 79.5 cents. Oh, when do we hit that? Not too long ago, about an hour and a half ago. We are now trading $69.52. And we have a number in about 60 seconds. The top of the hour. Gold, continue to see some selling coming in. 44.77. About $55 now. Wow, more selling coming in gold. 44.75. 73 is now 72's print. Gold is selling. Gold off $60. Down $60 in the last hour and a half.
VIX is right at 14, 1409.
Yeah.
Just
I think that's a low of the entire year.
feels like it,
Sometimes
yeah.
Is
on
it
a holiday.
really?
Yeah, let me
What a
check real
year.
quick.
What a
Yes,
year.
that is. We are at the lowest print since I believe December of 24.
Oh, wow.
Does anyone remember? It looks like we got.
Why?
I'm
How?
losing my mind here, but we got a big old spike in the VIX in December last year. What was happening?
I think wasn't that the Christmas Eve? Did Powell killed Christmas?
Oh, Powell killed Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got a number here coming out. Expected 91 consumer confidence. Expected actual is 89.1. 89.1, a
When
little lower than expected.
Okay, man, my time is all off. The election, right, was last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
November.
What did VIX spike to in December? That last December. What was it?
Up to a high of 28.3.
Oh, wow.
Good job, Powell. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, I got consumer confidence out of the way now. Pretty much smooth. Well,
Nothing.
yep, that's about it. We got Baker Hughes today. How about that? We got a 5-year auction at noon Central. Besides that, let's see what happens from here. All right. Crude trade $57.78. Gold,
Yeah.
found about an $8 pop there. Crazy volume on gold. Yeah, but that's all. I did see some crazy volume. What's going on in the Dow?
NASDAQ just seems happy around settlement today, even with Amazon and Google up 1%.
Mhm.
Interesting dynamic with that consumer confidence where we talked about the GDP number and almost completely driven by growth and consumer spending. But when you ask them, they don't feel good about it. So they're spending their money, but they're like, I don't want to,
While holding their nose. That's
but
the
I
American way.
will.
What do you mean? That's what we
Yeah.
do here. That's what we do.
All right, I'm gonna try a just this front run an idea here. I'm gonna start with 3 micros in copper.
Okay.
'Cause, we went below the call wall,
Mhm.
but delta is still heavily positive, which is unusual.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to scale it up to 5, but only if we go back up over VWAP, or at least above 55.
All right,
Just
last
an
trade.
idea. right now.
Okay, so looking to catch the move to the upside there, D, because we're trading
Upside. Yeah.
553.80. Okay. You're looking
Mean
for 50.
reversions. Mean
Mean reversion.
reversions.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you. You know you have to speak to me. Just me. I know what mean reversion means. I know that one. We gotta see if we can catch it though.
I know you
Speaking
do.
of,
I know you do.
we're watching the NQ give back pretty much all those gains off that opening bell. ES not quite there yet. NQ 25,650 last trade. Look out below. Gold is continue to sell off gold. Now, geesh, 44.61.
It's dragging copper with it.
Is it? Yeah, it
No.
is. Because
Yeah.
57
Yeah,
is
it's
now
out.
trading. Gold is absolutely getting smoked.
All right.
You know,
We sit and wait.
Yep. Gold's down $70 in the last hour and a half.
It took silver with it as well.
Yeah, I believe it.
Silver was up 3%.
It took everything with it. Yeah, it took everything with it.
Does that make you
Gold did a
trade off?
Gold
Then?
does a wily coyote move off a cliff, and most of the metals just follow to a degree.
Does that mean trade off then for the copper, or if you still see that same setup, if it does revert back to the mean, you'll
It
still.
depends if gold chills, so we
That's
need gold
right.
to settle. Yeah, we are tagging some GEX levels here of interest, 69. If we can't hold 69, so if we can't reclaim 69 in silver, there is really nothing to the downside, because I looked at the options chain, it's like empty. So it works both ways, right? So if there's nothing there, then it's just going to start rolling over, literally just jumping off a cliff even more. But 69 is kind of the last area where there was, I think, about 700 open interests just sitting there, which is, very minor. So if they can't hold 69, this could get a little bit ugly here. So we need to just stay a bit patient and see
silver?
whether. Yeah, it's across the board. So we're tagging some important levels. Everybody was long gold as well, but silver in particular was super, super, just like nothing. It was like tumbleweed. And I was like, that's very unusual. What's going on there? So my idea was that we're going to tag 70 and then maybe reclaim it. Like the plan worked. I just wasn't in on full. Because I was on a dog walk. So thank you, dogs. But yeah, so if
dog
this
ate my
can't hold
homework.
69, the dog ate my homework. Yeah. Well, there's no homework. This wasn't even there.
We are.
Yeah. So we'll see if it continues to melt. This could be interesting.
Yes. The 5-minute just opened here, and all got metals. We're looking at gold, silver, copper, all pushing lower. Like you said, gold dragging the metals down here. Looking at, like, again, $70 sell off in gold in the last hour and a half or so. Take a look at the equities. NQ trading 25,640, about 110 points off the session highs. ES 69.26 last trade. Nothing on the tilt. 50-50. Take a look at the ladder. Anything jumping off there? Q. Nope, pretty thin right now. 5-minute just open.
Quiet. It's a quiet session. Why we see the VIX down to 14.
Yeah, I mean the lack of options volume kind of you can see it in the ES too right now. It's really like I just see those two big areas, sort of like a collar going on, 69.05 to 69.50. And I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of chop around in that range all day.
Yeah.
There's about $13 bouncing all those metals right now off those lows. Gold absolutely just whipping around. Copper, same thing. Silver also.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait until we're before the euro close, and then maybe if they start to turn it around, maybe there's another long there. But this is a little too jumpy at the moment.
No, nothing.
How wide are those candles? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's
Nothing
pretty
on the
big.
headline.
So silver
Yeah, what do you got?
Silver usually has like 55 to 60, 70 ATR. These candles are like 100, 100 ticks wide. So yeah, we need some stability here. I'm definitely going to still stick to copper if I trade anymore, but I want to see a bit of a consolidation somewhere. If this kind of pulls all the way back up, I just don't want to be involved in that. So I want to see a consolidation, then maybe a reversal. I want to see Asia high holding in copper, and then maybe we have an auction fade back to the initial balance low. Maybe VWAP if we're far enough away
What price?
from it to that time.
What
So
price?
at the moment, VWAP is just sitting at 555.50.
Oh, yeah, 555.
Yeah, but I would
512.
really like it to just keep hanging around the Asia high, maybe slightly below it, and then that would give a pretty decent profit margin up to VWAP. There's a kind of return to the long side, but for now, it's way too spiky. So it's
Way too
probably, I
spiky.
don't know,
I know.
GDP. I was actually surprised that copper didn't rise up more on the cool CPI. And I was looking at the tape, and silver didn't really move much either. And I was like, everybody's gone, aren't they? They're like traveling to see the family, right? They're not
Right.
sitting there trading. So that was a bit surprising. Jack, what did you think about that? I don't know whether you looked at the metals at all, because traditionally copper is pretty, you know, affected by CPI, and they missed like massively.
You mean the CPI that was what? When was
Yeah,
that? Time means nothing to me. It was a few,
it
like
was
last week.
last week, but it was like October or something CPI. Yeah,
I think it's
it
similar
was
to
supposed to come
bonds, but
out 3.1, and it was like 2.8. Like it wasn't
yeah,
even
but it was
just a little off.
it was like looking at the shadow of something and trying to tell what it is,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Like bonds
Mm,
didn't move much either because it was kind of like, okay, that's the number, but they didn't report any of the categories. It was like literally, if you look at the
mm.
report, they had data for used cars, new cars, and gasoline,
Oh, come
and
on.
then somehow,
Oh, great.
they just came up with like, guess what? I mean,
Come on.
especially now, today we saw PCE come out in line,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna wait for one more CPI. There's still some government shutdown
Mm-hmm.
stuff going on in it. We shall see.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna cut rates in January?
Uh-oh. Wow.
It's too early to tell.
What do I
I
say?
will
Too
say,
Yeah.
if they're talking
early.
about it,
Yeah.
once again, we can thank Mr. Patak for these. Hey, I have one of these white cups like you, Dre, but my wife
Yeah.
lost it.
My
I guess I
wife.
don't have it, but my
Well,
wife. He got us these Top Step TV mugs, and he managed to put the
They're
color.
green.
Yeah, no, it's like exactly green screen green. You
wait,
can see
that's
me
a
turn it
green
around.
screen? Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I have a green screen.
The
in
cup is
front of the mountain.
green. Yeah.
Whoa, I
Yeah, the
thought,
cup
okay, I thought you were in the mountains. Oh, you kept me fooled this
I
entire
am,
time,
but
Jack. What the, what?
It's the
it's just
invisible
it's sitting
cup.
on a platform.
Okay, okay,
The
got it.
invisible
Oh, yeah,
cup.
you got that technology. What? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
Uh-huh.
AI came up with it. Invisible cups.
Yeah, so no mountains. That's what I was thinking. That's okay. Learn something new every day.
Look at this. It's great. Yeah, so anytime you make anything for TV, you gotta stay away from blue and green, because that's usually the colors for the green screen.
Wow.
We'll,
Getting
we'll learn. We'll learn.
all the secrets. Question for you, Dakota. In the chat, they're
Yeah.
asking, how'd you watch that? You 100 points of money just to watch it come all the way back. Still in the trade. I guess you're still in the money. You've done this
Yeah,
before, actually. You
this
did
is
a
one
few months
micro,
ago.
man. This is one micro. I've done this many times on air in front of everybody too. I don't. So if
You
you
go back to
tuned
the
in
well.
before, it's if I was in multiple contracts where I take a couple off and then leave this one on. That's the The most difficult thing about having just one contract is you're all the way out or all the way in, right? Where you can't just take partials. And I have my stop loss in a good position. I got a good trade location. Of course, with the power of hindsight, you're like, oh man, I should have just taken profit here. I should have did this. I should have done that. But ultimately, you're in a trade. You have your stop loss. It didn't give me an opportunity to really move my stop loss the way that I trade these markets. Maybe I could have convinced myself to move my stop loss up to 690, but with volatility slow low and nothing really going on, I'm not really expecting much. So I'm okay with holding one micro, risking like I don't want to say virtually nothing, risking $50 to just let this trade play out.
Mhm.
I don't mind at all.
Would you buy
And this
23s
goes
again?
back with what Coach Ray was saying is sizing, right? If you're worried about these fluctuations in the market to an extent that you're reacting consistently off of it out of emotion, your sizing's probably too big.
Hmm.
100%. I think size is the most problematic thing with traders in prop. Everybody
Yeah,
is oversized, and we've seen
absolutely.
that in the VIP. Everybody's oversized. Everyone gets so shocked when we go, guys, you need to trade with like micros. What do you mean? But I've
That's
never
not
traded with
fun,
micros.
D.
And I'm like,
That's
yeah, that's your
boring.
problem.
I
It's
know. I know.
boring. Yeah, you
I
want
know.
excitement? Go do bungee jumping. This
Wow.
is
That's going in
business.
the book. That's
Mm.
going. Do you have got an eye here on copper closing back in on 555? Oh, we're getting there.
Slowly, but time
Slowly.
is now wrong. So we're getting
Hmm.
closer to the euro close. So the next major move should really happen half an hour before or as we get into the euro close. I'm at the moment not really interested in anything else. So when the reversals happen in copper, they will either happen right after my 3 p.m., which is your 9 a.m., or they will happen just as the euro close is happening because of the forced hedging into the settlement effectively. And that's when you see these beautiful complete reversals in metals and in crude oil back in the
I
day,
was
but
going to ask you
nowadays it's
that,
just
D.
such a non-event.
I was
Yeah.
going to ask you that, D. Could we take the same setup? I know it's metals, it's copper. Could we take the same type of setup and bring it into, for instance, an ES or an NQ? What we're seeing right now. I know it's mean reversion, but however, would this
Yes, so
type of
that
trade
would be
setup?
more
There we go.
contextual. That would be more contextual because right now ES and NQ are kind of, well, okay, they've diverged, but ES is kind of going up, right?
Yes.
Now, if it carries on tagging the highs, and then that's where you end up into the euro close, then you would be looking for what I call the euro close wobble rather than a
Yes.
full on reversal. Why? Because it's got an upward bias. But if we continue to go down, and let's say it finds itself somewhere near this low, then yeah, absolutely, you can basically go for the take out of the low reversal, and then you have a beautiful trade from the euro close. But it is more contextual. Commodities are a lot more double-sided than equities, I find.
Okay.
Equities have that strong upward bias, and you could argue that silver and gold have an upward bias, but look at them intraday. They will wag up and down like one of my Australian traders says, up and down like the horse drawers. It's a very apt description for the commodities. But equities, I kind of feel they're a lot more stable, especially something like ES. It's a pretty strong market. So if you're looking at a long, um, then you should probably try and avoid the euro close wobble and avoid the weakness, and then maybe use it to get in on more longs rather than going against the general trend. And
Love it.
obviously it's contextual, but usually it does work to a degree. It just depends what the direction is at that time.
Excellent.
I just
Good
find that
stuff.
that setup tends to work better in commodities, my experience.
We are seeing that buyer stepping back in the
Yeah.
NQ. We got 13
On
minutes till the bottom of the hour. What's up, Dakota?
No, I was gonna say this is a good example. I'm used to just honestly, if you're the place to trade and just want it to play out, and you step away, you go do something. For me, a lot of times for overnight session, um, I place a trade, I'll go to sleep. Right. If this price action happens when you're away from your charts, there's nothing you're gonna do about it. Right. You're sleeping. You're away from your charts. You're out, at lunch, and you let this trade just play out. you're not gonna fixate over all these movements in the markets. You come back, you're like, oh, hey, we went up here, we came down, we got back towards my entry, did this, that, and it either worked or it didn't, or it played out, or we're somewhere in between. There's really not much of a decision for me to do until the market tells me to, or I come back to the chart. So, for example, like an hourly chart, and if I'm only making a decision every hour, what happens every hour in between that? I mean, we haven't even been an hour since we opened, and we've came all the way up to these 750s, all the way back down to 630. Right, right now we're on our way, maybe back up to 700, and in another 15 minutes, maybe we are pushing session heights. That's the thing about these markets is just try not to overreact. Of course, when you're in a good position, you wish you had multiple contracts so you could take one or two off.
Good stuff. All right. Yesterday, when we checked in on some of our live funded traders, they were putting out big numbers, big numbers. $40,000, I believe we saw. Let's take a look today. All same story today. Omar up almost 30. Rob up 20. Rhea up 19, almost 20,000. Chang up 15. Puyan up 14. Large as well. Good job. Very, very good job. We'll check in with these traders and these P&Ls throughout the day. But most important thing, like I always say, keep Green Day a green day.
Shout out,
Especially
I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. Koreb, I've seen him get a live payout bonus on social
I
media
love
the
it.
other day. Shouted him out, man.
Yeah.
He's been crushing these markets.
Well done. Not the easiest markets to trade either. Tell us your secrets. Come on, Top Step TV. Seats warm. Come on.
You got the 10-year yields rejecting a little bit off that 4.2 down to like 4.85 right now. So that range did hold for the time being.
Okay. Around the hour, we get those initial balance high, initial balance low prices, and the ES and the NQ. What is that, you ask? Initial balance high, initial balance low. Simply the highest and lowest price traded in the first hour of the New York session. Micro Bitcoin catching a bid.
Rough lows
87,310.
there.
Well, this just a $20 recovery here in gold. If you want to call it that, 44.77. We bottomed out at 44.57, right before that consumer confidence number hit about 20 minutes ago or so.
Wouldn't call this a
VIX is officially
recovery. Would
below
call it a
14.
yo-yo bounce.
A yo-yo bounce. Thank you. Not reverse. Thank you.
Yeah.
Someone call
Still
it
and
the.
down.
There used to be, yeah, I like yo-yo bounce. That's much better than what it used to be called.
What?
Yeah.
And that
the cat.
No, the yo-yo. That's perfect. I'm gonna use it. The yo-yo.
Yeah. Industry.
69.
I mean, it's not as good because like the dead cat bounce, the idea is
Hello.
it bounces, but it's still dead. I mean, the yo-yo is meant to go up and down.
Yes,
It's still
it is.
alive.
Just
in the
watch
sense that a
gold
yo-yo
and
can be
silver.
alive.
It'd be bouncing, man.
Come on. What are you doing? We're seeing a push here.
Right, it's
Does
just
it
how
land on
price
its
action
feet,
is in
Jack?
commodities. It's like, yeah, does it land on its feet? Exactly. That is the main
Bouncing.
question.
Wow.
You like
Do
my
some
street
research
talk.
in the Chicago Board of Trade atrium over the holiday, Andre. We'll figure this
Yes.
out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the museum thing. It'd be bouncing.
Pug trader. What happens after the 9th bounce?
Well,
that's a
fair
wick off dead cat bounce.
That's a fair question. I'm gonna see if this wants to. Yes, go test those session highs. 8 points to go. Jack, any levels up here? 69.50, I believe you had your eye on. Didn't get
Yeah,
there.
I mean, this is probably a market for like the real short-term traders. It's like you see those green lines on my chart. Let me see real quick. Maybe a little higher than this one, but if it stays in this range here, I don't know. I'll leave that to Dakota and the bar reversals.
I mean, it's a short holiday week. We said that going into this New York session. Understanding our expectations, and understanding we could see a very choppy or range bound day, and Right now, we're just seeing like that. It could be an example of fade the extremes. If those lines that you have on there are extremes and big round numbers, it could be great opportunities to reverse off them.
Oh, in the chat, 3-bar reversal gang. All right.
3-bar
See you
gang.
there.
Let's
I mean,
go.
one
There's
thing
one
I've
at the top
noticed.
there.
What do you got?
Mhm.
Where?
On the Nasdaq, it was right at overnight highs. Beautiful 3-bar reversal. I didn't take it, but I guarantee there's someone in the chat that took it. The short side. Right there.
One thing I've noticed, Andre, is
Yeah.
I've been doing really well in those accounts we'll talk about sometime on air. But part of it is that because I'm on TV all day looking at the markets, I'm always looking at the markets, but I would only take trades like 2 trades a week because you can afford just to sit and wait for the best thing. Is today for me, it's like if I'm looking at this, I'd probably step away for a little while because unless it gets to one of these levels, I'm just not. I can't see what would happen that I'd be that interested in buying or selling unless it gets to one of these levels.
What are those levels? Hit me with those prices again.
We'll call it anything below 69.10 and somewhere around 69.50, maybe a little bit higher.
50 and 10s. Okay. Very good. Around the hour and 7 minutes. Dow. Oh, how about that? Dow. New session highs there at 48,733. About 15 points off of that. Will it bring the ES up with it? ES trying to grind its way back up.
Nvidia's been catching a bid quietly. We're up 0.8%, 0.85%.
Are we at 5 trillion
Yeah.
again? Are we back to 5 trill on
I
Nvidia?
don't believe so. We are at 4.5 trill.
Okay.
It's when it gets to like 200 or above, because we got up to like 212 or 214 or something in Nvidia. That was when we were in the 5 trillion.
And it got there close between Nvidia and Apple for a moment.
Well, I don't even know what to say. The first trill's the hardest, man. And
Mhm.
once you go from there, it's incredible.
The first trill is impossible. Second trill is hard.
Yep.
3 through 5, cruise control.
It's just smooth sailing. Absolutely. Okay. ES on the grind higher. What do we got? Gold. Yo-yo bounce. We'll see if indeed it is a yo-yo bounce if we continue to sell into this. 44.75 last trade. I'm out. New
I think
all-time
we could
highs.
see
What a price.
NASDAQ at 700 again. I mean,
Almost
Nvidia's
there.
continuing to catch buyers. 0.9 almost.
Is a little selling it in there. Let's take a look at that NASDAQ ladder. What's going on in the NASDAQ?
A lot of nothing, man. VIX below 14 now.
What happened? Why? So much
Man,
fun.
that
What happened?
quarterly options expiration killed
Just nuked
killed
it.
the VIX.
It
Nuked
nuked
it.
everything. Come on. No plan. It wasn't the plan. All right. A little selling here in the end. Q rejected off overnight VWAP. Price is down to 684. And right back up. On the hour in 4 minutes. 4 minutes to the bottom of the hour. What's the VIX, they ask? Jack, what is the VIX? VIX, by the way. Jake?
VIX. It's
VIX.
a
Volatility index.
volatility index. It measures the level of premium on S&P 500 options 25 to 30 days out. So you can think about it as a what volatility, how much of a move we're expecting via the option pricing over the next month in the S&P 500. For a shorthand, by the way, you can.
Fun meter.
What's the rule? VIX. I think it's the rule of 6. Yeah, 16. If you take the VIX and divide it by 16, you get about what the implied move is for the day. Just if you want to do it shorthand.
Yeah. It helps gauge how
In
much the market
percentage.
moves.
It's the fun
Yeah.
meter. When that number goes up, the markets go wild.
The fun meter.
But no, Jack is right. Jack's explanation is 100% right. 14, yes, volatility lower.
And they have
The same
similar
measure of
products on
fear.
other, like there's other indices that measure essentially what the VIX is for other products, right? A it's just looking at options a month out and giving you an idea of what the implied volatility is, as opposed to, you look at ATR or something, you're looking at the realized volatility.
That's right. Take
Yeah,
a load of this.
it
There's a
helps
VIX.
for
There's a VIX of the
me.
VIX. There's a VIX of the VIX too. I mean,
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you can buy
what's the
options on
volatility
VIX
of the
futures.
what's
So
the
like
volatility of the
that's
volatility index?
I call that the inception derivative. It's just like derivative of a derivative of a derivative.
Good name for it.
Yeah.
What were you gonna
The
say there, Dakota?
the way I use it is it just helps gauge realistic expectations, right? Like a day like today where the VIX is very, very low, not expecting huge moves. So, understanding that for anything you do in these markets. Whereas before, if the VIX gets up to like 25, we're seeing like 100-point moves in the NASDAQ every 5 minutes. And so,
Yeah. And a better way to put it too is it's not vibe based, right? You get 1,000
Mm.
answers. It's really easy to shout out, what do you think the volatility will be this month? It's based on actual prices that are trading in the options market.
Correct. Typically, VIX price goes up, equity prices go down. That's not always the case. We saw that a few times this year. VIX up, equities up.
Right.
yes.
More so than a fear index, I would just call it the demand for protection.
There you go. Well, why would we
Yeah,
need the protection?
a good one.
Right.
Well,
Need
that's what was
protection.
happening.
Ooh,
That's why
many
the VIX
reasons.
was now the VIX will never anytime the VIX spikes huge, markets are going down. But you can see, especially like we were earlier in the year, where we're kind of like grinding through all-time high after all-time high. You can see the VIX start rising then because there's more demand for, you know, uh, puts getting bid up because people are trying to protect what's theirs.
Mhm. All right, 30 seconds. About the hour, we'll get the initial balance high, initial balance low prices. Jack, hit me with the. I'm gonna ask you for IB or ES. I got the NQ. Dakota's still long. We've been long this whole time. We were long for about an hour.
Yeah. This is a smaller size, longer play trade throughout this day. Just looking for a grind higher is what this trade is.
Okay.
Jack, I still
Yeah.
can't get out of those options.
How many you get? Like, what percent did you get filled out? We won't call them the numbers.
I love when Dakota
I,
tells
I
Jack
have
his
1,100 and 20 of them filled me. I literally, I was the ask all day yesterday. And so far, I'm the ask all day today.
Not going 1 cent below.
No, no, I'm not
Okay.
changing my price.
Stubborn MFer. All right.
I am.
All right. Initial balance. For the NQ, I got initial balance low 25,638. Initial balance high 25,751 quarter. Jack, what do you got for the ES?
Oh, for the initial balance, we got a high of 69.43 half. We got a low. We got a low of basically the opening price. The low is 69.18 3/4.
That's what I'm seeing too. All right, cool.
Sully
All
says,
right.
try offering less contracts. I am. I have a 1,100 I need to get out of, and I'm only offering 88. And for those that trade options, if you're curious, it's the 608, 610 vertical spread on the Qs expiring on the 24th. You can see them. I got 88 at 197.
So tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No rush.
And the Q, they're $9 in the money, so that's why I'm not willing to go down anymore.
In the chat from Andrew. LOL, I learned to like Jack. At first, he was now I like him. Jack, you're winning
I don't know
people
how you
over.
respond to
You,
that.
you don't. That's why I threw that in your lap. I wanted to see what you'd say. I agree. Same here. I learned to like Jack. No, I'm kidding. He's pretty sharp. I love one of my favorite things is well, not kind of at Jack's expense. He got ticked out on a trade a couple of weeks ago, and Dakota was sitting there telling Jack about his big time winning trades while Jack was getting ticked out a couple of weeks. you remember that? Jack was so livid.
It was
You
brutal.
gonna...
I mean, you're you're good for one of those a year, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Because it
yes.
wasn't like, yeah, probably about a year sounds right because it was it was like a 20-point stop too. So it wasn't like a small it was quite something.
Yeah. All right. What's going on in copper? 553.80. Did we ever get above the 555s, D?
No, this is
Nope.
basically establishing a range just under it.
Hmm.
Would be a good thing. But I'm just
No
kind
trade.
of planning out what the no trade. No, I'm just looking at the range. Seeing what my stop would need to be. Really, ideally, I would like to, at the very least, get like the bottom quarter of this area, and then the stop would be sufficiently far away from this low, just in case that they want to revisit that before the euro close. So if I can get that, that could be a good trade. If not,
No trade.
no more trading.
No trade.
Yeah.
Speaking of your lows,
Hmm.
you are the star of the Euro trade, 3:30 a.m. Central Time on Top Step TV. For those who haven't watched, first of all, shame on you. But for those that are going to tune, what can they expect when they tune in the Euro trade with D on Top Step TV, 3:30 a.m. Central Time?
Yeah, I like to look at longer term levels that are also used as kind of orientation points intraday. So I do give pretty important prices that are based on a number of things, and then obviously every day we update them. However, whenever I talk about the gamma exposure levels, they tend to hold for, a week in some of my products. So if you're trading, silver, copper, gold, crude oil, the levels that I give you are very frequently relevant throughout the entire week. And I've actually had feedback. I think somebody even said in chat here that they started plotting those levels on their chart, and they're helping them massively. And then somebody this morning, I think it was John Jones, and then this morning there was another person that said they've been struggling, and then they started putting my levels, and they just got a payout for the first time. That
Let's
was like
go.
pretty sizable as well.
That's
So
what you
it's
can
like
expect.
that's what you can expect. Good levels
Damn.
based on gamma exposure, volume profile, quantitative extremes. And then what you do with them, it's up to you. But they
Yeah,
are
it's
pain points, effectively.
fun. I like that.
Hmm.
Dakota, I know you want it. You want your turn. All right. He's the star of slow markets,
I,
7:30 p.m. Central Time.
I was thinking, Jack, do you still put the milk in before the cereal?
Oh my God. It's turned into
Do
this.
I
It's
still put the
Dakota.
milk in for it? Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, how else would you do it?
That's a good point, Dakota.
You're telling me you put
I
the
don't know
cereal
what.
in first,
It's a red
then you
flag.
pour milk
It's a
on it.
red flag.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
Dakota Comedy Hour. That's what you can expect on Slow Market, 7:30 p.m. Central. Also watching
Hey,
yesterday.
you guys were talking about the Jack and hitting the stops, and Jack and I had a little back and forth when it
It's the best.
first came on to Top Step TV, and that was one of the jokes.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm
Oh,
trying to plug your
what's
show,
doing here?
Dakota. So who's joining you?
Yes, slow markets. Baron's going
Thank
to be
you.
joining me tonight. He's been killing it in silver. He's been doing really well trading silver. Like I mean, I'm reading it good, seeing volatility in silver markets, and he's going to be joining me tonight, and it's going to be a good one. It is the last night before we go into the holidays.
Yes.
What's our friend? The 10-year is
4.2.
in the new year. I'm going to clean out my watch list here. I got way too much stuff floating around. 418 in the 10-year. Nothing special doing.
70% long on the tilt in the ES as we trade. Well, yeah, it's 69.39. 4 points off the session highs. Nice grind higher in the ES. So we're going to get the zombie rally today. In the chat, they're saying D is the best. D, are you indeed the best? I would agree. D is checking her phone.
Big
Plus
times
D.
us.
D, I try laying you up there. We'll see if we can go get those highs. Go get those highs in the ES. And NQ still has some work to do. NQ is about 70
Let's go.
points off of
Now,
those. Nothing doing in the
I do
conference.
apologize. Yeah.
You're fine.
My husband is actually shopping for Christmas, so he's. And I said to him, I'm gonna be, doing this, but he's effectively texting me, what do I want, and he's
What do
like,
you
get
want?
annoyed
Hold
with
on,
me
answer
that
this.
I'm not answering.
What do you
He's
want?
just asked me a whole. Well, did I get salmon? Yes.
Oh, that's not Christmas shopping. That's not a
Salmon.
It
gift.
is Christmas. Christmas over here has like
I know,
salmon
same.
appetizers,
Yeah,
and
same.
then
Fish.
we do traditionally they do like turkey here, but actually we are doing different
Oh, I thought he
meats
was.
and stuff because I
Oh, I thought he was
already
going
do
to like the.
meats. So yeah,
Oh, I thought he was going like the designer store, like the.
Well,
You know, is
I
that
would
type of
think
shit.
that
Yeah.
there's no
the
designer stores. I live in a village, man.
Oh, that's right.
There's
You
no
bounced. You left
designer
London.
store.
That's right. You left London. That's right.
he's
I
easy
forgot
to
about
shop for. You just get her another
Designers.
dog.
right.
Just
Yeah.
Forgot about
no gift
Yes.
cards. Just
Exactly.
just get another dog.
Replace one.
uh, uh, all right. Trying to get back up to those highs in the ES slowly. Definitely not in any hurry. Gold as well. 20 bucks off the lows in gold. Saw a big sell off in right before that consumer confidence number hit 9 a.m. Central about 40 minutes ago. How about ES? 74% long now on that tilt in the ES.
Yeah, we also interesting. I love these little fear and greed indices. Um, for stocks, we're in the greed a little bit. For crypto, we are still in extreme fear, and I love this. Historical values for that. Now, extreme fear. Yesterday, extreme fear. Last week, extreme fear. Last month, extreme fear. Crypto seems like a fun place right now.
Oh, question in the chat. Dan, Forex. Oh, man. Anyone here trade mean reversion on the panel? Is anyone here trade mean reversion? There's D. Yes, we were talking about. Yes, it's all good. 100%. We're
Okay,
kind of looking for a trade setup in copper.
I am now going to move my stop loss, Andre. I am now going to move my stop loss. So big decision here. We made that pivot
Where?
on the 5-minute. So
Yeah.
here's this pivot. Obviously, I would have loved the pivot to be higher, but yeah, there's officially moving my stop loss just below that pivot, and that's right where my entry basically is. And we're continuing to push higher. So here it is, following the process, and very happy to do so. Nvidia up now 1%, so it caught a bid. Google up 1, Amazon up just under 1. So maybe we go tap through session highs.
Yeah. Looks like we want to do that there in the ES. Look at
Yeah,
ES. Oh,
pushing.
resilient. Look at that. ES. Job well done. Gold on the move as well. Micro, Bitcoin, NQ lagging, but Dakota all the way back to his entry price. And
I moved it a penny, Jack, just for you, and some of the contracts are starting to get filled.
There we go.
I do.
what's your target? You still looking for 800s?
Yeah, I'm still looking for a break of session highs, and yeah, 800s.
Okay.
800s.
Remember, unlike futures, if you are trading options, and I would love to see the stats on this on Robinhood. Remember, you don't use market orders in options. That's a really,
It's
really bad idea.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go. Hassett about to come on CNBC. Thank you for that, chat. Chat always bringing it, watching our six as always. Jack, check the Slack there. Do we get the new highs in the ES? Not quite. Got close, but 2 ticks away from that. Dow on the move to the upside as well. Top of the hour coming here.
Asset 63%.
Who's number
Yay.
2? Who's number 2? The Kevin Warsh?
Kevin
No.
Kevin Warsh 22%, Waller 9%. Remember, the Bears only had a 0.5% chance of winning with 2 minutes left.
Those probabilities
Saturday,
are so
so-
garbage. I've got a problem.
You guys were
Against what?
you guys were playing against third string, my entire third string.
Yeah,
at that
because
point.
we forced you guys in the third
Once,
string.
once again,
No,
still
man.
haven't heard you guys. Rogers' only Super Bowl came after beating Caleb Haney in the NFC Championship. So I don't want to hear it, Dakota. A win's a
Forgot
win.
about that.
Hey, no, it's
I was
good.
at
It's
that.
good.
I was at that game. It was.
I'd love to
Oof.
see the Bears to the Super Bowl.
Would you? The
Same.
Packers are probably making the playoffs.
Same.
You think they will?
Yeah, I
Even if
mean, they
they
have like a
do,
90% chance right now after Detroit lost. Basically, if the Packers
I don't think.
win any of the two last games, or Detroit loses any of the last two,
Yeah.
Packers are in.
D, your thoughts on the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers making the playoffs? What are your thoughts, Deanna?
My thoughts?
Do you know? I swear I gotta wake her up. All right, D, well, I got something that's gonna wake you up right now.
Yes.
We had GDP, a hot GDP coming in from Q3 in. We got that number released. So let's go get an update on that, and we'll be right back. This is Jack's wheelhouse. Be right back.
The initial reading of third quarter GDP report showed the U.S. economy accelerated at an inflation adjusted annualized rate of 4.3%. That's a far faster pace than the 3.8% recorded in the second quarter and the fastest growth rate in 2 years. Consumer spending and exports were the main contributors to the strong GDP reading, which was delayed due to the government shutdown. The report likely means the Federal Reserve has less need to cut rates to support the economy when it reconvenes next month.
Mm. You're on mute, Jack.
That's gonna happen today. I gotta say, I got our nanny is off for the holidays. I got kids noise. The dog's, people are bringing packages. The dog is losing his mind. So I'll repeat it. Hot GDP. I said ES is pushing the highs right now, just about a point and a half below the highs of the session, getting closer to levels where I would think about maybe taking a short if it consolidates. Dakota's still sitting pretty long one NQ. So will you
Yeah, and
keep
we're.
on looking for more pivots to like you just want to hold this all day or do you have a target?
I'll hold this until it stops me out, and I'll keep looking for more pivots. And if this comes close to the end of the day, I can make a decision of just tightening up my stop loss or closing it out. But it's just the VIX is down. Don't sell a quiet market. I mean, it keeps going lower. The VIX is, but Nvidia is now above 1%. Amazon up 1, Google up 1, and Nasdaq is up 0.08. So there's plenty of room to the upside if this market wishes. I could see the Nasdaq being up maybe a quarter, maybe 0.5%, which that's another 100 points.
Alrighty. Let's check it out here. Yeah, I have a nanny. I have 3 kids and my wife works too. It's tough. Can't let them run wild yet.
The twins are one now, are they?
They turn 1 the day after Christmas, as a matter
Mm.
of fact. So they are almost
Wow.
1.
Ooh, New Year's, baby.
Doing
No. That's not New Year's.
Yeah.
Day after Christmas. So
Huh.
they're going to have a huge
Yeah.
complex because not only do they share a birthday, but it's also the day after Christmas. So I'll have fun with that in a few
You know,
years.
I'm 6th of December, and it's horrendous because your birthday always gets eclipsed by the holiday season, and it's like what me? Yeah, it's awful. And then trying to get people to come, it's always clashing with their Christmas parties. It's always been like a complete nightmare, so I do not envy
Oof.
them.
You give them if you give them shoes, do you give them one shoe on Christmas Day and the other shoe the day after on their birthday? That's what I'd do.
Yeah.
Stone face, Jack.
Oh, I was just reading this right here. Someone was asking, see if I can find it, about, oh yeah, NQ and gold used to move opposite ways. How come they're moving alike? I think there's a couple of reasons. I think that it's just risk assets and money printing going up, right? There's just more money and they're just going into assets and pumping them higher. I think this year with this rally in gold has added an element of now the degens are in both. I don't think you had a lot of people like buying 0 date call options on GLD, or I don't know if they have those, but we'll say weeklies or whatever until this huge rally this year. So,
Mm.
bonds and stocks used to move opposite too, but
Yeah, it started breaking
correlations
down during
change.
COVID when everybody and their mom became a day trader.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Just hanging out around here. How much more is the VIX been? 1377. Okay, below 15. Now we're in low VIX territory.
Yeah, holiday.
It
It's too
has
low.
gone below 10 before. It would be difficult to get any lower than that just because there's always a bid for some volatility in the future.
It's a
Man,
grind
just
higher
get the
here in the
one.
Nasdaq now. It's a grind higher. Nvidia up 1.2, so buyers keep coming in.
Overall, on the indices, ES is up 0.16, NQ up 0.08, so basically scratched. The Russell's down 0.5%, though. Let me look at that chart. Yeah, so the Russell got dinged some because the companies there are more sensitive to rising rates. 10-year yields are up after that GDP number and PCE number.
Oh man,
What's up, Dakota? You got a smile on your face.
I just love the chat. We can have a Girl Scout cookie review here.
Dakota. 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 Not that. Oh,
Oh
JD's
man,
all
I
over it.
haven't laughed that
Oh,
hard since last time.
that,
I was out for that. I missed all that.
oh, that was a doozy.
Give me those Thin Mints.
Pretty good.
Put them in the freezer. That's good stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's good eating.
Oh, there goes the ES. Did we tap on the highs? Yeah, we 69.43 half. Dow continue to grind higher here. 48,793.
Yeah, Nasdaq.
Yeah.
Doing Nasdaq things.
And mints and Samoas are good. I agree.
50
Still
50
holding
on
above
the
Hey,
700
total.
here.
Nasdaq
Ray,
lagging. Yes, sir.
am I reading this right? We got a 5-year auction at noon, but we also have
Yeah.
a very special Tuesday Baker Hughes rig count.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Christmas
Baker
comes
Hughes
early,
on a
Jack.
Tuesday?
Christmas
Oh, that's
comes early, man.
a Christmas miracle.
Yep.
We got Bank of Canada minutes and South Korean consumer sentiment at 3.
Tell you when I got Bank of Canada rate decision cost me a lot of money a long time ago. I got blindsided by that. That's why you have a plan. That's why you know your numbers, know what's coming out
Mm,
on the calendar. Pump for Baker Hughes, says JD. Yes, we all are.
man,
Here we go. Looking at new highs in the ES. There we
New highs,
go. High tick.
yes.
we keep going. My worst
69.40.
experience ever trading was I was trading crude oil during Brexit. So
Go
great.
on.
No, that was my worst experience ever trading. I was trying to buy it and it just went insane. I was surprised. Just crude oil was so popular back then. This was like 2013, 2012, somewhere around there. And blew an account. DCA'd trying to buy a dip.
Yeah. Still crude going negative. Is that during
The
COVID?
funny
Yeah, it
thing
was.
about
It was wild.
trading
Yeah, it's during COVID. Yeah.
It was amazing.
uh, about trading bond spreads is that my worst trading blow up was probably just a day nobody noticed. Just a day where like the spreads went a little wider than they should.
the
Mm.
worst? Just a Tuesday or
There's
something?
no glory story. It was like, what was your worst trading day? It was some effing
Yeah,
Wednesday in 2014 or something. I don't know.
those are hard. Those are hard. Yeah. Mm. Got blindsided by a Bank of
Mine was getting
Mexico.
stuck in an FOMC position. Fourth of
Oof.
a meltdown.
Couldn't get out?
Yeah.
That's
No, they
terrifying.
just wouldn't let me.
That's such
And then, interestingly, it froze as well. And then when it filled me at a completely random spot. And of course, that's how
very.
I learned that you need to look at the dome for liquidity. But yeah, this is a long, long time ago. I think it was 2013. Yeah.
The feeling. All right, coming to the top of the hour here. Initial balance. Well, we got up to right there. Initial balance high in the ES, and the Nasdaq not quite. We'll see what we do with it here. We'll call it a double top,
Someone was saying
or we
Oh no, I was just saying
was
Brexit was official
16.
in 2020, but the conversation started in 2013.
Yes, it did. Went on forever, but yeah, 2016, I believe, was the vote. Could be wrong on that. All right, and Q continue just to slowly grind here. Hey, look at gold. Gold, $25 off the lows, trading 44.82. I'm not at 44.57.
I'm going to move my stop loss again. I'm going to move it up to just under this previous level of support now. 656. 25,656 here in the
In the
Nasdaq.
money. In the money.
And so there was a nice level of pivot. This volatility is just so low. If it does get down there, it's maybe a news event or something else. I wouldn't want to be in it. But we're continuing to grind higher, almost back up to session highs of these 720s.
722 last trade. Now 723's print. Are we going to see the zombie rally start here? And the equities, not
10
so
points up in the ES. I'd expect to see some at least
continuation.
no.
Something.
I would see resistance
Stop.
there.
Resistance. Okay.
Stop. Never.
Oh, yeah, there's a little push again. So how many you long now? You're still long one, right?
Yeah. Yep. Thank goodness I stayed in it, right? Following my process. I seen a couple traders in there that's they're quiet now.
Yeah,
What are you
people
doing in the
freak
chat?
out when I
Can you
do
not?
that as well. I will hold it and I have a target in mind that's based on the process, and people are like, "Hey, how can you sit there and go through all of that drawdown?" And I was like, because I don't see it as a drawdown. I see it as a ebb and flow of the market. I'm not freaked out. They will get there. And they're like, "But you should trade the stop." And I'm like, "Not yet. Not yet. Breathe.
That's what happens when your
It's
process
okay."
is different from another.
Yeah.
I like how they talk like gremlins too.
Boys.
Don't feed them after midnight.
Has it begun? No. Take a look. Nothing on the wire. Nope. Pretty quiet. Got that 5
All right,
year.
so in about 4 minutes, we're going to have the half an hour lead up into the euro close. We already have a reversal on HG8, human growth hormone. But I want to see a bit of a pullback, at least to the to the middle of the range, and then I might pick up a long. And again, I need that pullback because the stop would be otherwise too big. The other alternative is pop in 1 micro. I want to do that, so
Mhm.
well, let's see. Let's see. But
Yep.
it's looking pretty decent.
Yeah. There you go. New highs ES 69.45. NASDAQ about 20 points from those session highs. As I trade 25,733. Got here. Got gold. $28 off the lows, trading 44.85. Well, we get back up to 4,500s in gold. About $15 to go there. Tilt has leveled off across the board. Right now, we're seeing the zombie rally starting to take place. Have we actually? Some of the chat said already happened. Not yet. We don't still. Okay. All right.
Keep going up
On a Tuesday.
on a, on a Tuesday.
On a Baker Hughes Tuesday.
On Baker Hughes
Love to see
breakdown.
it.
Yep.
Val in the chat. Above 4,500 seems likely, but who knows? One ES. All right, top of the hour. Right at initial balance high in the ES. We're above it actually. Nasdaq still has some work to go.
Just 0.4% to get to the all-time highs. I kind of like this resistance level I talked about because it's not. I would like it less if it were very close to all-time highs, but still a little bit of room there.
Yeah, you're
I see
talking
some
spot
people
prices, of course.
mentioning limit up on platinum. Some of the commodities don't have the traditional limit up. They have what's called the dynamic circuit breaker. So that works on a 30-minute rolling period. And if the prices jump 7% in that period, then the circuit breaker kicks in. So platinum being up 8% on the day, nothing will happen. Just relax.
There goes
There we
NASDAQ.
go. Starting to pick
Yeah.
up. There we go. We are
Oh.
seeing it happen.
Nice.
25,740. 11 points. And we get there. Yes. On the grind as well. 69.46 half. Highs there. What's going on the
Do we see
Dow?
session highs again?
I
mean, Nvidia keeps moving up. We're up one and a
We're always
half,
there,
over one
but
and a half.
There we go.
Good deal in the ES.
Just a strong grind here. You still looking for 800s, Dakota? You're committed.
Yeah. The process
Like
has not
that.
changed since I opened up this position so far, and it's been since pre-market, right? I got in, and these swings, it's just following that process. It's hard. It's hard for me too sometimes, but sometimes it works out beautifully like this. Just trail it up, and if we do start to break out of these session highs and make a run for 800, then yeah, go back and look and say, wow, I'm very happy I followed my process and I didn't sabotage myself.
Okay. Question for you, D. If you're gonna take a trade, please shut me up. And of course, top of the hours come in the ESD. Hoag's not here, so I need you. I mean, you know it just as well as he does. Initial balance high in the ES 69.43 half. You're currently trading the ES 69.45, give or take. Top of the hours come. 30-minute candle has open and closed. What do you do with that from here? Is there a setup, or is there anything you're looking for at
Yes, there's
these
a couple of
prices?
things. We
Yeah.
need to watch how the price behaves once it's now left and effectively closed the 30-minute TPO outside of the initial balance. So one thing is to try a long for a sustained auction higher towards my ADRs. So maybe not that high up, but let me see what the nearest options are. I didn't drag that out. But yeah, so let's say that we continue to hold above the initial balance and we don't fall back below it. We are looking at a potential for sustained auction and a zombie rally potential. I have the ADR high, which might be a little too high on a low volatility day at 69.77. So that would be like a magnet. I don't have the ES options in front of me. So Jack, if you can let me know if there's anything options wise up there.
Yeah, around 69.50. There's some pretty good resistance.
All right. So I would be expecting that to get smashed actually, because if we go into a sustained auction, I would expect to see some more buying through that, maybe a little bit of a hedge, maybe down to the initial balance high, and then a continuation higher if it's a zombie rally potential.
Sure.
I mean, it's certainly looking good for now. We've tackled the Asia high, so we're going above very firmly over overnight high. The flip side is that the euro close, which is coming in literally like half an hour. Causes a bit of weakness. Maybe we retest VWAP and then we carry on higher again. But either way, I would not fight the bulls here.
Okay. We do have Hassett.
So no failed auctions. We could have a partial failed auction. It kind of stops, and then I call it the strength inside initial balance.
That is
A
okay.
failed
Dude.
auction.
Oh, come on. Don't do that. What's going on? You do that. Partial fail. I know what you're saying, though. Don't fight the trend right now.
Yeah.
We got Hassett coming out here.
Pull back inside initial balance, and then
Thank
a
you.
continuation.
Thank you.
Almost session highs here in the NASDAQ.
5 points to go.
Yeah.
Here we go. This one's for you, Jack. Hassett coming out now saying GDP figure a great Christmas present for American people. Spiking the what? That's what's happening right now. GDP numbers show Trump's trade agenda is working. It's coming from Hassett. CNBC right now.
I was just watching the live action Grinch last night, and I thought about Kevin Hassett.
Looking right now. Got Navarro coming out, spike the ball. We got another push here. Got like decel. The euro close in 25 minutes. The bottom of the hour. A little pump here in micro Bitcoin. Ooh, big pump.
All right.
Micro Bitcoin just popped about $600. Trading 87,910. Now 88,000. Micro Bitcoin on the move now. We'll take equities
Well, the
with
Hassett
micro
heads are in the
Bitcoin.
house.
Is that what this is? Are we talking?
I have no idea.
Crypto. I see it pop there.
Hey, I'm a crypto professional
Crypto bro.
Crypto bro.
Man,
Man, it did
not
catch
done.
bid, huh?
We're sure did. We're looking at about a $700 pop right now.
Wow. Okay.
Something woke up.
I mean, we almost tested into that resistance zone. You know, we kind of got there in the ES at the highs. We got to 48. I would expect it to be tough sledding for the next, 10 points above that. And you guys will hate me, but I probably will take a short if it gets up in there. I only had 2 trades today. I got to take one of them.
Around the 50s.
Yeah, probably average in 50,
Okay.
53 or something.
I mean, just open. Let's candle open up green. Let's the candle open up green in the equities.
It's holding, man. They're trying to hold up near these highs. They'll squeeze a break out of the 750s would look nice.
See another
Up about 120 points, 120 points here.
We got from Hassett. Talking a little AI here. Yeah, he's helping workers across all industries be more productive. Oh, that's the offset because of the jobs losses. I see what's happening here. Okay, a good thing. We get it going. We'll continue to push here. Still didn't make new highs in the end session highs. Got within a couple points. Pretty thin on the ladder. What's going on in the NQ? Dakota's still looking for 800s. 800s to the upside. About 55 points to go.
Yep. We're trying to make session highs here.
Yeah.
It's just a grind, man. But in the right direction for me.
We're gonna get it here.
It's looking good. Breakout. 50s. Try
teeth here.
400 lot at 69.50 in the ES.
ES or MES?
Oh, I got the MES up because I was gonna put a trade on.
Okay.
I got to go. That's why I hate. Oh man, I hate switching back and forth between these. Got a 260 lot at 95, 69.50.
Getting up there, take a look at the copper. Anything doing in copper? 'Cause I know, perhaps, did we get that set up, D? I know in the last 25 minutes here in the London session.
Yep, it's almost
Did not.
there. I just needed to dip a little bit, just a
Okay.
little bit, like
Yes,
back down
yes.
to 55. That would do it. Because we have a reversal, we have euro close, so hopefully the euro close is gonna give us something rather than just
A wobble.
going without me.
Oh,
Oh,
wobble.
Ooh, wobble.
Wobble,
We
baby, wobble,
got
baby,
absent
wobble, baby,
on
wobble.
No.
consumer sentiment. Consumer sentiment is pretty uncorrelated with hard economic numbers. This is Hassett saying, what you feel is not. When people are optimistic, that makes them more willing to spend. This is going to be our chair, huh? We'll see a return to 100,000, 150,000 monthly job gains if GDP growth stays in the 4% range.
Right.
If anyone wants to draw a bet, I will take the under on Q4 being above 4%.
All right, was that the
Mostly because of what I discussed earlier, is that there's just distortions from the import exports, right? I'm not saying we're not growing. We're probably growing 2.5 to 3%, but that won't last. That boost won't last forever.
Did we get there, Dakota? Did we tap? Did we print new? I don't believe we did.
No,
in
we
the
did not.
NQ. We got within what?
Like a point and a half or
Okay.
so.
Oh, no.
We can still do it though. Is this a short opportunity? That's the next question, right? You ask yourself is we're up against this resistance. If someone's looking for, range day, what do you do in range? You buy low, sell high. Is this your opportunity to sell high? I have a hard time selling a quiet market.
Well, in a market this quiet, I kind of defer to like the only resistance that I see in the from the beginning of the day. The only resistance I see in the options is right at 6,900 in the SPX. So it's a slow day. My thinking, one second, is that is it fast enough to break through that? I don't know, but I'm going to try it.
On the 50s. We got within 2 points there. Asset is speaking right now. Fed is way behind the curve on rate cuts. When people are, he said that twice. Okay, this is coming from Hassett right now. Is tenure doing anything off these?
I think no, 10 years come back in a little bit to 4.18. I think what moves the market will move the bond market more right now is like we know where Hassett stands. It's more like anything that affects the probability that he will be the next Fed chair. I think that if he got like announced right now or it became like a near certainty, we would see the yield spike a little.
Based on what, Jack?
What?
We know we know he's a big time dove. Why would yield spike? Uncertainty, but because we know where he stands.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the preferred Fed chair for bond folk. I mean, we know. I don't think there's anything he can say right now that's going to.
Well, he's talking to one person right now. He's talking to one
move the
person.
markets that much. Is we know what he's going to do.
No, we know who
try to do.
We know who he's speaking to.
It's going to be, and I've said this before. It's going to be interesting because even when, say he does, Trump nominates Hassett and he gets through, we're going to have these weird meetings where the Fed chair will likely be in the minority on the vote, right? So he'll be up there talking like. There's still enough people like you need the votes, and there's not the votes there to be super dovish right now.
I wish that. Remember when Goolsby said we can watch the meetings? Whatever happened to that?
That was weird.
It was weird.
That was weird.
All right, we have a reversal, maybe. We got Wyckoff in the chat saying maybe. Fair enough. London close at the bottom of the hour, about 19 minutes. Oh, man. Gabe, I haven't seen you. I see you back there. Gabe, come on in. Get in here. He's smiling. Look at this, Gabe. Come on. What do you got for us, man? What's up? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday indeed. Good morning. All right, so we got a couple announcements to get through. First off, holiday trading hours. Let's start with that. We obviously have a little bit of a break coming up from TV, but with trading, we want to make sure that you know what hours are applicable to you. So on the screen here, you do have some information. In addition to that, we did send out an email yesterday, uh, more towards the back end of the day. But here are the trading hours. So you do need to close out trades a little early. For most traders on Top Step X, trades need to be closed by 12 p.m. Central on Wednesday, December 24th. Trading will resume on Thursday, December 25th at 5 p.m. Central, and that'll be for the 26th trading day. But keep an eye on your inbox, obviously. If you don't see it, check your spam in case it went there. Outside of that, feel free to reach out to support if you do have any questions. Thank you for your patience. All right, Top Step TV Rewind. Now, we will be out for the holidays this Wednesday and Thursday, but if you're looking for a little bit of tradertainment, we've got you covered. Tune in to Top Step TV Rewind on Wednesday and Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time to see some of our best trader psychology sessions from this year. Get insights and gain knowledge from Dr. Brett Steenbarger, Dr. V, Robin Dane, and New England Patriots special teams coach Jeremy Springer. Not Jerry Springer, Jeremy Springer. But outside of that, we also have group coaching coming up today. We got Vinny Two Ticks and the king of cattle himself, 12:15 Central, right after shoulder tap. So make sure you get your questions submitted for group coaching, and we'll look forward to seeing you back this afternoon with JD, Hoop, and Coach Vince. That's what I got for you guys. I'm going to send it back to you, Dre.
Thank you, Gabe. Well, yes, off next 2 days, back on Friday. But we'll be having some. What's that has to say now? Okay. All right. No, pop. Look at. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, I used to see Jerry Springer in the wild all the time.
She went to one of his shows.
No, I mean, like just walking on the street. He lived in Evanston actually, while he was doing it. So I was living in Evanston for a while, and you would just see him walking around, and you'd usually find him because at least someone on the street would recognize him and start doing the Jerry, and he took it in stride. Former Cincinnati mayor.
That's true. That's very, very true. 50-50 on the tilt. Look at gold. Gold quietly. Looking at, is it still a yo-yo bounce, D? Looking at gold here. We are 30 bucks off. It's just a grind now. I will see if the equities want to do the same. Are we seeing the same thing in copper? Is gold taking
copper went higher, just crept up without actually going back, which was unusual. We could still see a bit of a sell-off into the actual euro close. We still have some 15 minutes. So I'm still waiting. But gold, silver, and copper are all looking like this is creeping back up to the highs potentially. So if I manage to obtain an entry at some point on a pullback, I wouldn't mind holding that until the end of the day, just to see if we can tag the highs again. That would be a very valid trade with the larger trend and around the all-time highs.
Go. Looks like ES has to make another push. 3 ticks from session highs. Now 2 ticks. We're trading 69.47 half.
Let's go.
Well, NASDAQ lagging just a bit. NASDAQ trading 25,736. Has not been able to get up to the session highs of around 751, called 752. Just for the round numbers there.
Yeah, NASDAQ still hanging around these session highs, which is pretty bullish in my opinion. The fact that we're not pulling back. NVIDIA keeps slow grinding as well, up 1.75%.
Pedro in the chat says, I'm going to miss not tuning into fast markets over the next 2 days. I'm going to miss not tuning into.
You still can, right? It's just Top Step TV on Rewind.
Like sessions, yep.
Yeah.
All right, does the ES want to do it? Let's just begrudgingly grinding here. Will the Nasdaq follow? What's going on in the Dow? Looks like Nasdaq wants to follow Dow. Yep, Dow on the move higher as well.
All right. We're just hanging out here in these 730s in Nasdaq.
Here we are. ES, come ES. Looking for anything. Get some rejection up here, Jack. What are you looking for at 69.50 to perhaps? What would the setup be to take the short?
Starting
What
to
would the
scale. I mean, the setup would be like probably just scale into it.
Okay.
Maybe do about 6 contracts or something at max size, and then
Okay.
look for the reversion.
And look at that. There goes NQ. Rolling over just a bit. Pulling back, call it what you will.
Yeah. VIX continues to grind lower too. We're at 13.67.
D. At what time do we see the euro close wobble? What it's like when we said
So
it's like power hour, right?
it's a
The last
30, yeah, it's like a 30-minute time period. So usually it starts 15 minutes before, and then sometimes it can actually happen even right after the euro close, and then you see the pickup in activity, almost like a flurry of activity on the dome. Everything kind of speeds up a little bit. Typically they sell off and then they stop and they run it back up again. Not every day, obviously, but it is a high probability event because there's forced closing of positions, hedging into the London settlement.
I got in the 2 short MES just to start in case it fails here, and then I'll keep adding into it.
What do
Probably
you got
2